Hey folks, how you doing? It is 10/18/2015. It's 6:17 p.m. here on a Sunday evening. I thought I'd share with you a little bit of insight pertaining to sharing with those your conviction that you have within your heart and wanting to help liberate those that you think that are in bondage or in the state of ignorance or whatever adjective you want to add to that. Let's be clear about this. You're not going to help anybody until you help yourself. And it's not about communicating to anybody about what you believe, regardless of how much conviction you have about it, that how much knowledge of the truth that you've come to, so-called. It's about being genuine with yourself first. In other words, you're an eternal being. You're a spiritual being. This body is an interface to this density in order to connect with it and to be able to experience self differently. But because we're in a universe that is a so-called free will universe, we have beings looking to superimpose their wills upon other beings without their permission in order to maintain their state of existence and perpetuate that because they are, for whatever reason, wanting to maintain that state of existence. Okay, so when you communicate to your family members, because I've had people talk about this, I've heard them speak of this before, and everybody, well, most people that are in this position where they see things more clearly, they wish to communicate these ideas to their family members and people that are close to them. Not really well received, and so they feel very frustrated in the process. Well, here's the thing. Because of the conditions that exist here, that is in domination and control, and that being that this has been a prison, used as a prison planet, and a lot of parameters maintaining that system of control, which would be simplified as being a recycling of souls for, or what's the word for it, an amnesia prison system. Doesn't necessarily mean, okay, I'm going to digress a little bit here, doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be a prisoner within it. Once you've come to a stage of awakening, you're no longer a prisoner. Okay? And when you're trying to liberate other people and they don't accept anything that you're saying and they look at you like you're kind of nuts, well, I could see where that can be frustrating. So how about this? Just accept people for who they are, where they're at, and allow, now that you've connected somewhat to your eternal nature, allow that eternal nature to flow through you. In other words, be genuine with yourself. Your objective is not to try to change anything around you. Your objective is to fully embrace self and become soul complete. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Your objective is not to change anything around you. But your goal now is to embrace self and become soul complete. In other words, bring in all that you can be in regards to your eternal nature within you. And allow the genuineness of who you are as an immortal spiritual being, that is the love that you've always been, to flow through this particular vessel. So when you talk to people that you care about, or anybody, which should be everybody, because there shouldn't be any exclusion. One person shouldn't be, just because you have a better relationship with somebody or if you have known them for, like, as an example, I've known them for 35 years. I've known them for 40 years. Your love for that person shouldn't be any different within the context of the energy flowing from your eternal nature, any different from anything else within creation, period. I'll repeat that again. If you, within this personification, within this vessel, within this interface to this density reality, if you have a love towards somebody with the true nature flowing through you, when that true nature is flowing through you, your love is not separated. It is equal for everything and all things. So when somebody doesn't embrace with what you're saying, such as quote-unquote family members and people that are close to you, and you're trying to be helpful and you're passionate about it, you love them. And the only way that you can do that is through your genuine sense of self. So the focus is to be upon oneself and who you are, maintaining that connection, so when you speak from the heart and you speak from love, and whatever they do, whatever they choose to do is fine with you. Get with what I'm saying here? So don't be frustrated. Just be genuine. Allow that genuine nature of who you are as an eternal being to flow through your heart, and everything's good. I know it's an oversimplification, but it's really that simple, because the immortal spiritual being that you are becomes the very thing that they believe, becomes the very thing that they want or desire, or becomes the very thing that they think that they should be. That's the reason why this system of domination and control, amnesia prison system, recycling thing becomes such an easy system to maintain. But once you wake, you'll wake to the fact you're no longer a prisoner. In fact, you never really were a prisoner. It's your belief that has maintained your status or your position where you're at, whether or not you're free or not. You can choose whatever you want. You believe it's not in the mind, it's in the heart. Trust me. In your heart you say no. Then it's no. And it should be like that. It should be yes or it should be no. No in-betweens, no fickleness, Yes or no. It's like, I want that or I don't want that. It's that simple. But there's no judgment. You don't need any judgment. It's just a matter of choice. It's belief. Belief is the catalyst, because that's imagination. And I point to the head because everybody relates to that, but it really comes from the heart, because everything that you are transcends actually this experience. This is what we relate to, but you have to step outside of this to understand that it's before this was, we were an immortal spiritual being, a non-entity, a formless being, all-knowing, all-powerful. Ooh, sounds scary to some people, but that's the truth. All this is an expression of creation in order to perpetuate creation. See, the reason why we do all the stuff that we do in regards to creation collectively as co-creators is to perpetuate creation, because we're creators. So when you imagine, understand that is the catalyst for creation. So imagine the things that you truly desire. But before you can do that, you must truly understand who you are as an immortal spiritual being. And know that you are the love that you've always been, and embrace it and allow it to flow through. Peace. I can say a lot more, but time's up. Thanks, folks.